This is the legendary God-tier episode of Death Note. Back then, using nothing but a bag of potato chips, Light Yagami went on a killing spree right under L's 64 surveillance cameras. Even with L staring intently at every frame on the screens, he couldn't find a single flaw in Light's performance. Little did he know, behind the facade of Light studying hard, he was peeking at a mini TV hidden inside the potato chip bag. While solving equations with his right hand, he secretly wrote down the names of criminals with his left. He even found the time to calmly take a bite of the chips. In this manner, Light Yagami spent the entire night eliminating every criminal mentioned in the news reports. Having finished his task, he let out a stretch, then crushed the bag and tossed it mini TV and all into the trash. Meanwhile, A received a report from his subordinates, learning that every criminal featured in the news tonight had died. Even L began to doubt if his own judgment was flawed. After all, Kira needs both a face and a name to kill. Yet Soichiro's wife and daughter were asleep. As for Light Yagami, he spent the night studying diligently right under L's nose. Although the family appeared to be beyond suspicion, tonight's killings by Kira were different from his usual pattern. He even targeted those who had committed minor offenses, almost as if he were deliberately trying to clear his name. However, this was exactly what Light had anticipated. He had noted down several minor offenders during the day, so he could write their names while out for an evening walk. In doing so, he masked the previous day's unnatural activity. Faced with Light's flawless execution, L was forced to reach a conclusion. Among the Kitamura and Yagami families, the most suspicious, Zoichiro thought his family had been cleared, but L stated otherwise. This is only the beginning. Finding no problems may be the biggest problem of all. Kira might still be hiding among these subjects. Saying this, even L finds it hard to believe himself, as an ordinary person's demeanor or expression would inevitably shift after committing murder. But, judging from the footage, the expressions of this group appear perfectly natural and beyond suspicion. If Kira is indeed hiding among them, then his psychological fortitude may have truly reached a divine level. After all, punishing the wicked with such composure is inherently the duty of a deity. At this thought, L dismissed the god theory for what kind of god would need a human's face and name to deal out punishment. Therefore, Kira the murderer must exist to force him to reveal himself. L decided to take the initiative this time. Meanwhile, on the other side, Ryuk discovered after a sweep that all the hidden cameras in his room had been removed. Upon hearing this, Light was inwardly triumphant. Clearly his suspicion had been cleared, so he rewarded Ryuk with an apple. Now he could continue to use his father's position to judge criminals without any further restraint. The next day arrived. It was the day of the university entrance exam. Just as he was reviewing his exam paper, a peculiar student behind him was staring right at him. Later, thanks to his outstanding scores, Light was admitted to University and chosen as the freshman representative, tasked with delivering a speech at the entrance ceremony. However, unlike in previous years, there was another top-scoring student who would deliver the speech, and he was none other than L, who had sat behind Light in that peculiar way. One is a golden boy raised in a perfect environment, the other is a disheveled and unkempt recluse. Two geniuses from completely different worlds, yet both sides remain highly vigilant of each other. L approaches Light Yagami using the pseudonym Hideki Ryuga, and casually reveals everything he knows about him. Light initially wanted to ignore this eccentric person, but upon hearing that the man has information about Kira, Light still couldn't help but want to listen.
He wants to keep gaining ground step by step all the way.
Now let's analyze the battle of wits between the two. First, Light's ability to multitask shows incredible mental fortitude. Under the gaze of 64 surveillance cameras, he managed 3 tasks simultaneously. This required not only high-level skill, but also the composure to remain calm under extreme pressure. Any trace of panic or a slight delay in his gaze could have been picked up by L. The entire process was seamless, ending with the crushing of the chip bag, thereby destroying all physical evidence, including the miniature TV. Once everything was done, he simply looked like a student weary from studying, stretching with flawless control over his emotions and expressions. Secondly, he completely anticipated L's line of reasoning by continuing to kill minor offenders the next day to mask any unnatural patterns in Kira's behavior. His brilliance lies in taking a near impossible task, and through meticulous planning, perfect performance, and foresight, turning the impossible into reality. Even though Light Yagami's execution was flawless, L's counter-strategy was even more formidable. By revealing his identity to Light at the very end, he caught him completely off guard. Now let's see how launches his counterattack.